Welcome back to the channel. Today let's discuss why I'm up before 6 a.m. to get on a ferry in Davis, North Carolina. I suspect that after hearing a little bit more, you would be happy to do the same. Today, we're embarking on a thrilling overlanding adventure to one of the most picturesque spots on the Atlantic coast, Cape Lookout National Seashore. We're not just here to soak up the sun and surf, we're diving deep into the essentials of overlanding in this unique coastal environment. From preparing our rigs to navigating sandy shores, I'll take you through everything you need to know for this essential overlanding adventure. Join me as we set up camp right by the ocean, explore the rugged beauty of the seashore, and share some crucial tips and tricks for handling the challenges of Cape Lookout overlanding. Grab your gear and let's get ready to explore the untamed beauty of Cape Lookout, where every turn is a story and every moment is an adventure. Let's hit the beach and make some unforgettable memories. What is Cape Lookout National Seashore? 24 miles of remote beach on a barrier island in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It's administered by the National Park Service, and 4x4 driving, dispersed camping, fishing, beachcombing, surfing, kayaking, and a general escape from the modern world are the main attractions. Getting to Cape Lookout is an adventure in itself. The only way to bring your vehicle onto the island is via the ferry from Davis, North Carolina. The only other vehicle ferry service was retired at the end of 2023, so reserving early is key. For my 16-foot-long Nissan Xterra, the round-trip cost was $135, plus an additional $20 per person. Make sure you're ready to pay the quoted fees when you arrive at the ferry terminal, as they collect them on the spot. Once on the island, if you want to drive on the beach, you'll need an ORV, off-road vehicle permit. You can snag one through recreation.gov. It's $25 if you purchase it before March 15th for the calendar year, or $50 after that date. Just a heads up, you can't print this permit from a mobile device, but don't worry if you don't have a Mac or PC available, the ranger station on the island has a printer you can use. And don't forget, you'll also need an ORV sticker. Order between January 1st and February 28th and it'll be mailed to you. If you order later, you'll pick it up when you check in on the island. Planning to stay overnight before your ferry? There aren't any hotels or motels close to the ferry terminal, but a little insider tip, if you talk to the ferry office, they often allow travelers to stay in their parking lot overnight. Otherwise, be prepared for a bit of a drive to find lodging. I'll drop links to the National Park Service site, recreation.gov, and the Cape Lookout cabins, camps, and ferry service in the comments below for easy access to all the information you'll need. Once on the island, you have two options for getting around by 4x4, the beach or the back road. A pro tip is to air down to 15 to 20 psi while on the ferry, so you don't waste time doing so on the beach. You'll want the lower pressures for better traction in the dry sand. Driving on the beach is fairly straightforward sand driving, but keep your eyes peeled for vehicles, people, wildlife, and temporary signage. These signs are crucial for protecting sensitive wildlife areas like turtle nests and will redirect around these protected spots. For some different scenery or during high tide, take the back road. It's a one-lane sand route with pullouts to let vehicles pass. It's narrow but scenic if you want a break from the uninterrupted shore view. Regardless of your path, for the safety of all, remember the speed limits, 25 miles per hour across the island, except where posted as 15 for busier pedestrian areas like the lighthouse and cabin zones. Keep your vehicle in 4 low while driving here. Both the beach and the back road are sandy and can be challenging at times, so low gear is essential to maintain control and traction. And a final note, always be aware of the tides. Parts of the beach, especially to the north, can become much narrower during high tide, which might restrict your travel or even risk you getting stuck. So behind me is the ferry office. While you're checking in or while you're waiting to check in or what have you, They do have a general store in there, so you can pick up things that you might have forgotten. When packing for your Cape Lookout adventure, there are a few essentials you don't want to forget. First up, protection from the elements is key. Make sure to pack plenty of sunscreen to shield your skin from the sun's rays, and don't forget your lip balm to prevent chapped lips. Bug spray is also a must to keep both annoying and biting insects at bay. Hydration is critical. Bring ample water along with a durable water container. Although there are 2 potable water stations on the island, one at the cabins in the north and one near the lighthouse to the south, it is wise to have your own supply, especially since your campsite could be several miles from these amenities. For comfort, consider something that provides shade like a portable canopy or a large umbrella, as finding natural shade can be challenging. And although there are toilets near the water stations, a portable toilet is a practical item to have close to your campsite, ensuring convenience no matter where you set up. Before you board the ferry to Cape Lookout, there are a few key stops you'll want to make right here in Davis to ensure you're fully prepared for your island adventure. First, fill up your truck with gas. While fuel is available on the island, it comes at a premium, costing about $7 per gallon versus $3.23 in Davis as of April 2024. Next, stock up on firewood and ice. While you might find driftwood on the island, its availability is hit or miss. The general store at the ferry office sells bundles of firewood, making it easy to ensure that you have enough for your stay. And though ice is available at the ranger station on the island, grabbing it here ensures you start your trip with a fully stocked cooler. Lastly, if you still forgot something or ran out while you were on the island, before you grab a passenger ferry to the mainland, check the gift shop at the lighthouse, as in addition to t-shirts and other souvenirs, they do have cold drinks, some snacks, pain reliever, sunscreen, and a few other essentials. Now that you're well provisioned and safely on the island, let's camp. Setting up camp at Cape Lookout offers flexibility whether you prefer the comfort of your vehicle or the closeness to nature that a tent provides. But remember, there are specific rules to follow to ensure the preservation of this beautiful landscape. If you're camping in a vehicle, including those with trailers, pop-up campers, rooftop tents, or truck bed campers, you must stay on the oceanside beach, seaward of the primary dunes. It's crucial not to camp between or on top of the dunes to protect these sensitive areas. Tent campers have a bit more leeway. You can set up just behind the ocean beach among the dunes or choose a spot on the sound side of the island. Wherever you decide, ensure you're not on the dunes themselves. For your comfort and safety, opt for a tent equipped with insect netting and designed to withstand strong winds. When anchoring your tent, use stakes about 1 foot in length. Standard stakes often won't hold in the sandy conditions under high winds. Be mindful of areas closed to camping, wildlife protection zones, designated long-term parking areas, the Cape Lookout Light Station and Historic Village, and within 100 feet of any structures like docks and restrooms. Also, keep clear of the lighthouse and any cabins by at least 100 yards, and do not camp within the rental cabins area. As you explore Cape Lookout, each location tells a story of history and natural beauty, starting with the iconic lighthouse that has guided mariners since the 1800s. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of lighthouses, and definitely one of the attractions down here at Cape Lookout is the Cape Lookout light here behind me. And yeah, it doesn't disappoint. It's not open to the public until probably 27 or 28 while they redo the interior staircase, which is made out of metal and has rusted pretty significantly. Lightkeeper's house over here, also behind me, has a really nice museum with some friendly staff that can walk you through a lot of the details and the history, and it's definitely worth a stop while you're down here. Continue your journey through the nearby historic village where cottages line sandy paths. This charming area provides a deeper understanding of the local community's lifestyle, which has been shaped by the sea for generations. Just a short distance away, down a seemingly out-of-place concrete road, the former Coast Guard dock provides an intriguing spot to view the lighthouse from a unique angle. It's a perfect place for photographers and history buffs alike, offering a less common perspective of this famous landmark.
In South Australia I was born. In South Australia.
Venturing to the north end of the island, you'll find less traveled paths and serene spots perfect for bird watching and solitude. Then, at the south point, witness where the ocean meets the sound. This spot is famous for its exceptional fishing and stunning panoramas. I have a few more pro tips for this essential overlander's guide to Cape Lookout National Seashore. Before that, if you found this video useful, please do like it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and on to a few more tips. If you have a propane fire or something for cooking, in this case Bill's got a solo stove, and he is a grate that he may heat some stuff up on. You can have those fires further up from the high tide line. But in general, right, if you're just going to do an open wood fire, you need to dig a pit and you need to get down below the high tide line, which is always obvious on the beach, for where you're going to have your fire. But propane, closed fires like the solo stove, you can have them up a little closer to your camp and do this. Something else that I think is really worthwhile, any place that you're going overlanding or camping, but certainly someplace like this where you're relying on a ferry to get in and out, is, some kind of portable weather radio. This one's just one of the Baofeng 5Rs that everybody's got. But, have something where you can get weather band. So if weather moves in on the island, or if it's going to move in, you have an ability to make preparations accordingly. I've never been down here when there was a serious storm that caused the rangers to ask people to relocate to one of the storm shelter areas they've got. There are a couple of those on the island, but having one of these always a good idea. But certainly down here on the island at Cape Lookout, you ought to have one. Yeah, here's another pro tip. Don't like the weather where you are? Try the other end of the island. It was sunny and warm with a gentle breeze down the south end and around the lighthouse. We're making our way back up to our camp at the north end, and it's a little grayer up here, no sign of the sun, and a little bit windier. So, feel free to take the party elsewhere if you don't like what you got. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey to Cape Lookout National Seashore. I hope you have as much fun as I did there. We've covered a lot in this video, so I've added chapter markers so you can easily navigate back to topics of interest. Also, I've put links to key sites in the video description. Remember, every trip you take is a chance to make memories. Keep exploring, stay curious, and until next time, keep the adventurous spirit alive.